Oh yeah, we got some new sounds. I want you to. Did I play them for you already? I got this.
Nah, that ain't it, y'all.
That's good. I like that.
You like that?
Nah, that ain't it, y'all. It is what it is. It is.
Oh yeah.
That's suspicious.
Just answer the question, okay? Please don't play with me right now.
Weird. That's weird.
And then
Hulk Hogan, we coming for you, nigga.
have you ever heard that?
No.
Booker T, you remember Booker T, the wrestler, big black
Yes.
dude?
Yeah.
Booker T was doing a promo. He's talking shit, and it's like he forgot where he was at.
And he called Hulk Hogan the N-word.
He's like, Hulk Hogan, we're coming for you, nigga. And then he does like this, like he's like, I fucked up. Welcome to SveNFL.
What is up, y'all?
It's Jonathan Rollins.
Excuse me, Sarah.
Two Americans living in Sweden talking about the motherfucking schedule.
Let's go. Get that motherfucking schedule out here, baby. Let's go.
Man, it's time to talk about this schedule. I can't wait, man. It's like a little, it's to hold us over, really.
Yeah.
Hold us over, make us feel like, we got our piece of football until next month.
I was thinking about it this morning.
2 months.
I was thinking about it this morning from the perspective of like if you counted the days until the NFL season started, you would be like, oh well, that sucks. It's probably like 100 something, 100 and change, whatever it is. But then I thought to myself, hold on a second. It's probably, let's think about it in Sundays. It's only about like 18 or 19 Sundays away.
Rob did that. My
So that
brother-in-law.
feels like-
he said that. I think it was
That's
18 Sundays.
I think it's better.
I wish, you know what? I wish time flew in the off season like it does in the regular season when it's like,
I know,
damn,
right?
time is going by.
I know.
But that helps me get through the winter. So, boom, win-win.
Exactly. I mean, there's some juicy shit to look forward to for sure.
Oh yeah.
The schedule release is always we'll get into that a little later, but it's always fascinating to me, like the subtext that's buried inside of the schedule release is always quite fascinating. Like you can tell who the league really cares about by how many primetime games they have, and you can tell which matchups matter the most to them. But you can also, there's the unknowable part. I mean, last year, they gave the Broncos like a shitload of primetime games, and that backfired. And that seems to happen every year.
Yeah, because it changes so much, and that's why I don't like when they do the strength of schedule too.
Yeah,
because you're gonna play it. Yeah, it don't mean shit, man.
Yeah, because last year, the Eagles had the easiest schedule last year, and they made it to the Super Bowl. But the Chiefs had the hardest schedule, and they won the Super Bowl. So, there's that.
Yeah, man.
It is what it is. It is what it is.
We got some new arrivals on the soundboard. Looking forward to that, man.
This year, coincidentally, the Atlanta Falcons have the easiest schedule of all 32 teams. So I guess that means we're going to the Super Bowl. Let's go. Let's ride.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. That's
You are not serious people.
Which is probably why we're one of the only 4 teams in the league that didn't get a primetime game this year.
Really?
We'll dive into that in a little while too. That'll be interesting.
Well, first things first, we're gonna do international games, right? Let's go. Let's dive
Let's
in.
do it.
We're
Europe
excited.
is where. Yeah, this is where we're at. We're in Europe, so let's
never
start with
had
Europe.
5 games before,
Absolutely.
and we got 5 games this year.
Yeah, and how about you start off with a Jaguars double dip? First time one team plays in London in back-to-back weeks.
Really?
Week 4.
I see.
Week 4, the Jags are playing the Falcons at Wembley. Week 5, the Jags they're just going to stay in London and play the Bills at Tottenham. And then
They're
week
gonna
6,
move, man. They're gonna move over there.
You know what? I'm actually really glad that you brought that up, because one of the things that I wanted to mention was, so basically the deal is that they're going to do renovations to the stadium. It's going to take about 2 years to do the renovations,
Uh-oh.
I guess.
Okay.
Now they're talking about like where the Jaguars are going to play. Now he says that obviously they wouldn't be able to play at the TIAA Bank Stadium, whatever it's called in Jacksonville. And they're like, well, we need to find an alternate location for them to play for the next 2 years. The next closest stadium is Gainesville, which is where the Florida Gators play. But this is the SEC. They're not. I mean, they occupy that stadium year round. College football is just like NFL. There's no off season. They're not going to share that stadium with them. No. I guess you could go to same. You got the same problem in Tallahassee. They're not FSU is not going to share their shit either.
Nah, that ain't it, y'all.
And then that leaves Orlando as the next closest place, where they have a stadium that belongs to like an XFL team as well as a soccer team. But
what's that capacity?
It's pretty big, actually.
Okay.
But the fact that he's unable to sort of answer the question as to where they would play, mixed with the NFL's desire to test out the idea of a team actually residing in Europe, a lot of people are starting to think like, "Oh shit, is this the first step towards the Jaguars moving over? At least they move over there for 2 years, and you treat it as a test. You know, how does it work? Can we make this work? Right?
Yeah.
I'm just saying. I kind of think if I had to predict it, I'd say it's going to happen.
I think it'll be cool.
I think it'd be interesting, very interesting.
But y'all are playing. Y'all are playing them. How do you feel?
Yep. I feel really great.
October 1st.
October 1st. It's week 4. Jags will be the home team. I kind of think I'm gonna go.
Oh.
I think I'm gonna go. If I can get tickets.
In line, or are you gonna scalp? Or are you gonna buy scalp?
No,
tickets?
I think I'm gonna try to get tickets, and I think I'm gonna go. And if you look at all the international games, to me, this feels like it might be the easiest one to get a ticket for.
Okay.
You know, don't nobody want to see the Falcons except me.
But don't they have like a home style, like London loves them Jaguars?
Yeah. But I would imagine most, London fans or British fans would want to save their money to try and go see the Bills, because the Bills Jags play the Bills the following week. If I was a neutral, if I didn't have a team, I'd be trying to go see the Bills versus Jags. I want to see Josh Allen. That guy's fucking amazing, right? And then the other game, you got Ravens versus Texans in week 6. Ravens versus Titans. You got Derrick Henry versus Lamar Jackson. That's like, let's go. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. So October 15th, Ravens, Titans, Tottenham Hotspur Stadium again. 3 games in London.
Yep, 3 games in London.
Wembley, you've been to Wembley before, right?
I have not, actually.
Oh, wow.
The game I went to was at Tottenham, so I've never been to Wembley.
Okay.
So I'm kind of stoked that. And also, I feel like I almost have to go, because like the last time, I had all this anxiety about going to the game in London the last time, because remember, it was like we still had some COVID shit lingering around, and I was I was afraid that there was always that fear that it might flare up again, and then you buy plane tickets, you buy all this, like there were all this stuff. And also I was like, am I going to fly all the way to London with my kids and watch the Falcons lay an egg against the Jets? Like, this is going to suck. But that didn't happen. And now I feel like, I said to Isak, I was like, I think we should go. He's like, what? We're going to go over there and watch them get beat by the Jags. I was like, what? Come on, dude.
Yeah, that's not the right attitude, Isak.
What's up, hater? Like, let's go.
You got to teach them the irrational confidence that fans have, man.
I know, he's more of a defeatist. I'm like, you need to be
don't
more.
Do that shit.
Put your logic on the shelf, baby. It's hope season. It's off season.
And then the 4th game.
Well, there's 2 games in Germany this year, which tells you how well things went last year. It was a huge success. So they said
the atmosphere was better at the Germany game.
When you see the images, like they're constantly singing. They got all these people did you see them where they had necklaces that had giant pretzels attached to them.
I got to go, man. Damn.
Like a pretzel.
I like Frankfurt, too. I had fun when I was in Frankfurt back in the day.
So they're like, you see a guy, like, he's got a beer in one hand, and he's got a giant pretzel necklace around his neck.
That's going to be me, man.
eating present. I'm like, this is amazing. I love this.
All right, I'm doing it. Shit.
Dolphins Chiefs week 9, baby. You
Dolphins
gotta go.
Chiefs. That's gonna be a great game.
Dude, if I had to, if I was not a Falcons fan, if I was going to spend money on any one of these 5 games, it would be Dolphins Chiefs. I mean, you got to be kidding me. This is going to be the best international game for sure.
Yeah,
I think.
Agreed. Agreed. Yeah, especially if everybody's healthy. It'll suck if
exactly.
Mahomes gets an ankle sprain or some dumb shit. Even though that didn't seem to hurt him in the playoffs.
Yeah.
That dude's a monster. But or if Tua gets hurt, I didn't even want to say Tua's name, but it would suck even more if Mahomes got hurt. But something like that. If they come in intact, both of these teams, it's got to be a great game.
It's going to be awesome. The Chiefs fans are kind of pissed about it.
Because it was a home game, yeah.
Well, this was going to be the Tyreek Hill revenge game. Like, he was going to come back to Arrowhead for the first time.
Oh, shit.
And
I didn't think about that.
He talks a lot of shit, and I think the Chiefs fans were kind of pumped to show up and talk some shit about him. But, yeah.
Wow. They took that away from them, man. Damn.
That kind of sucks.
I'd be mad too. But they'll probably see each other in the playoffs.
Probably. Yeah.
We'll see, man. I'm feeling good about the Dolphins.
The other Germany game is Week 10, Colts v. Patriots. I don't know how to feel about that one. The Colts are such a mystery. Colts are
Shit Bowl, brought to you by X-Lex.
No, maybe not a shit bowl. Who knows, man? But that's
It
week
could be.
10. Week 10,
really
it
could
might
be.
be a shit bowl, man.
really
I want to
could
see,
be.
you know what I'm excited to see? I want to see, will the real Mac Jones please stand up? I want to see what Mac Jones is made of, and we're going to find out this season. I'm going to be watching that out of my peripheral to see what's going on with that guy, man, because
This is also one of those games that could get more interesting as the season goes on, because right now we don't know what the Colts are. We don't know. We have no idea what Anthony Richardson is, what he's going to be like as a quarterback in the NFL for the Colts. But by
he's
week
gonna get
10,
terrorized by Bill Belichick.
by week 10, we're going to know if he's doing well or if he's struggling.
The only young quarterback that Bill Belichick can't terrorize is Tua Tagovailoa. But, you know, I mean, I'll just throw it out there. I mean, it's the only one he hasn't beat yet. So, never beat
Fascinating.
him. Never beat Tua. So
I did not know that.
he has not beat Tua, no.
Where's
against Belichick.
your grapefruits at?
Hey.
Well,
Shout out to Auntie Angel.
I got to say, you know, the days of the NFL sending the worst teams to play in Europe are definitely over.
Yeah.
This is no longer an experiment to see if this will work. This is like a straight up strategy.
Especially another thing though is the home attendance thing, where these people aren't going to the game. They're spoiled enough to where the product on TV is in a lot of cases better than watching at home. So then the atmosphere changes when you go to some place that doesn't get access to it, and they're just better fans.
Yeah.
I don't know, not better fans, but you know what I mean. The atmosphere is better.
My buddy back in Atlanta, Shane, he texted me and asked if I was going to go to the Falcons Jaguars game, and I said, yeah, I'm thinking about it. He's like, how long does it take you to get to London? I was like, I don't know, 2 hours. He was like, it probably takes me longer than that to drive to downtown Atlanta from Marietta. He was like, I never go to the Falcons games. It's a pain in the ass. I was like, okay.
Like we got public transportation over here. You know what I mean? So you don't have to deal with all of that shit. We got cheaper prices as far as the ticket prices aren't like you don't have the scalpers like killing you, or these well, they're still gonna do it though. These ticket companies buying up all the tickets.
Fuck those guys.
It sucks, man. Like it's ruined the thing, and then they're still gonna have the breaks too. But the NFL first ruined the home experience. you know, with just chasing money, and then they're gonna move it overseas, and then take advantage until they fucking ruin that experience. People don't want to go to that shit.
I really think that it's just a matter of time before They are really trying to figure out how to do a 4-team European division. I think it's a matter of time.
I have nothing against that. I want the league to be all over the world, so be cool. They call them world champions.
Yeah, all over the world, and I want a game on 7 days a week. Just fuck it. Just
no.
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
No, I think that could ruin it for us. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It'll water it down. I love the 17 games now. I love that it's not as many games as these other leagues, and that it's mostly Sunday.
Yeah.
I think they should get rid of the Thursday night game and do Sunday, Monday.
Yeah.
And that'll make it better for the players. And then we also get more games to watch, to choose from.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the players don't want to play those Thursday night games anyway.
No, man, that's bullshit. That's without getting a bye. I think somebody has 2 Thursday night games this season or some shit.
Yeah, you're right. That's the thing this year. You can play on Thursday more than once. Let's see. Let's move on to the holiday games.
Okay.
Thanksgiving, which for you Swedes, it's not always on the same day. This year it'll be on November 23rd.
It's always on Thursday, though.
It's always on a Thursday. Is it always the third Thursday of the month? Is that right?
The 4th, right?
Or is it the 4th? I don't remember. Doesn't matter. 3 games, as usual. First one, of course, it's going to be the Lions playing the Packers. That'll be 6:30 for us.
It's 4th Thursday.
Lions.
I just looked it up. 4th Thursday.
Okay, 4th Thursday.
So Packers at Lions.
Uh-huh. Second game is Commanders at Cowboys.
Wait, are the Packers going all in on Jordan Love?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't even, I thought Packers, you said Packers, I said Packers. In my brain, when my eyes closed and I said Packers, I saw Aaron Rodgers. And it's not there anymore. This is crazy. Yeah. We're going to get to see the Jordan Love experience.
That's right. Packers, Lions, Commanders, Cowboys, and then the primetime game on Thanksgiving will be 49ers, Seahawks.
That's going to be good. But the other two...
Yeah, exactly.
Commanders, who's their quarterback?
Currently, Sam Howell.
Okay.
Is, I think, number 1 on the depth chart.
Damn, man.
Nah, that ain't it, y'all.
I thought you were going to do the serious people.
That's good, too.
You're not serious people.
Like, what? Commanders? Sam Howell?
Yeah, I think he played 3 quarters in week 17, and they're really pumped about how good he's going to be this year. So, yeah.
All right.
That's always
they do have Eric Bieniemy.
That's true.
So if he wanted to prove something to the league, this is his chance. You gave me Dan Snyder's, fecal matter.
Good Lord. Yeah.
and Ron Rivera, who's kind of, I don't know, on the hottest seat, maybe one of the hottest seats, and Sam Howell. If he makes some lemonade, all right, he's that dude.
Yeah.
We'll see.
This year, for the first time ever, we have a Black Friday game.
I heard about this. Yeah.
And it will feature your Miami Dolphins playing against
that means
the
it's a night game.
No, absolutely not.
It's in the afternoon.
Dolphins versus Jets, 3 p.m. Eastern, 9 p.m. European, November 24th. That'd be fun as hell.
Yes,
a Friday night Dolphins game. Friday Night Lights, baby. Let's go.
Oh my God. I'm excited.
That one we have to watch that one together.
We're watching that together, man. And it's a division rivalry game? What?
Oh, we're watching that.
Against Aaron Rodgers?
Got to.
Gonna destroy that man.
Got to.
We're doing that. All right, Black Friday, baby.
Okay, on to Christmas Day.
Mm-hmm.
Christmas Day. Christmas Day is
December 25th.
Yeah. Right. Christmas Day, we got Raiders versus Chiefs in the 1 p.m. slot, which is 7 p.m. for us.
What does Christmas fall on this year?
Christmas Day falls on, I'm pretty sure it falls on a Monday this year.
Okay.
Or no, shit. Is it Monday or I can't remember. Christmas Eve. I think
Monday.
Christmas Eve
You're
is
right.
Christmas Eve is on a Sunday, so we're gonna have like a normal slate. The normal Sunday slate will happen on Christmas Eve and then Christmas Day.
This is great, man.
Yeah.
This season is just falling into place for us, man.
Totally.
I can't wait, man. I can't wait. I'm over here like Bart Scott, man.
Can't wait.
And then let's see, we have New Year's Eve.
Okay.
Bengals versus Chiefs at Arrowhead, 4:25 p.m.
New Year's Eve, that's going to be a Sunday.
I would assume so, yeah.
Yeah, so.
Now, it's technically an AFC Championship rematch, obviously, but it's Week 17. So it's a pretty good chance there's nothing to play for here. I'm not sure I like this idea. I like the idea of it on paper, right? These two teams, New Year's Eve. But if it's like one of those games where you're not rolling out your starters because you got nothing to play for, it's like you might have just taken one of the most anticipated matchups of the year and rendered it completely meaningless.
Good point.
So I'm not sure that one stood out.
That's like
to
a
me.
week they shouldn't focus on, man.
Yeah. Yeah. Week 17, it's like you don't really know.
Yeah.
Like put a division rival on.
Right.
Do that. You know what I mean?
Steelers, Ravens.
Steelers, Ravens, Falcons, Saints, like those games that like it doesn't matter what the standings are. They're going to fucking hate each other regardless. So, yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Primetime games are a little fascinating. Always, usually.
Yeah, hell yeah.
This is the first year where not every team is guaranteed a primetime game. And we have 4 teams who are finding out that the league is just not that into them.
Wait. There's every team gets a primetime game every year?
Until this year.
I didn't know that every team got one.
Until this year.
Oh, so they just throw you on Thursday if they're not feeling you? Is that what it is? Okay.
Yeah. So this year, there will be no primetime games for the Texans. No primetime games for the Cardinals.
Oh.
No primetime games for the Colts. And no primetime games for my Atlanta Falcons.
Damn.
Now, while that is a little disrespectful, I would say the joke's on you, NFL, because 1 p.m., that's 7 p.m. over here. So I'm loving this disrespect. That is prime time for me, bitch.
I was gonna say I'm not that it's bothering me how many primetime games the Dolphins got.
Right.
Because like the first 2 weeks, if you count that Friday and then you know what I mean, that Thanksgiving. I mean, well for us that's good, but that's 3:30. But it's like it's a prime game because it's Black Friday. Okay.
Yeah, but
it's not prime time. Prime time being 8 to 10.
Yeah. From an American perspective, you've got the maximum amount of primetime games they can give is 6, and they gave that 6 primetime games to the Chiefs, obviously the Bills, obviously the Cowboys, obviously, and then the Chargers? ?
The Cowboys?
I mean, the Cowboys have the most fans, period.
Okay,
so that wouldn't make sense to me. But the Chargers, like, I love Justin Herbert, don't get me wrong, but
they want him so bad, man. They have the biggest heart on for that guy.
Totally. And this is what I meant by the subtext. Like, this is where you get to see, like, who they have a fucking boner for. The Jets have a ton of prime time games this year, obviously because of the Aaron Rodgers thing.
Yeah.
The Packers, why do you put the Packers? They're going to be terrible this year with Jordan Love, and you gave them 5 primetime games. This makes no sense.
They got 5?
They got 5.
Maybe they worked the schedule out before that trade was done. So they were like, let's just put both of them.
It's my understanding that they're constantly tweaking the schedule.
Oh.
Like all the way up to the end. So I just don't understand how Jordan
Maybe there's too many moving parts to get them out of those primetime games they had for Rodgers.
I don't understand why the Raiders have so many primetime games.
They got a big fan base too, man.
Yeah, that's true.
And notice there's a lot of California teams, right? How many do the 49ers have?
They have 5.
So it's like all of these Cali teams, man. They got big fan bases.
Yeah. I think the Lions. Well, the Lions obviously have more primetime games this year. They're everybody's darling from last year.
Yeah.
Why do the Bears have 4 primetime games? I'm a little
Another
curious.
big fan base, man. Chicago. These big market teams.
They're bad, dude.
Justin Fields is one of the most exciting players in the league.
I agree, but they're a bad football team.
I agree with that. Yeah,
right.
yeah, that's true.
I don't know what Saints have 3 primetime games.
How many do the Steelers have? I just see
Steelers
one.
have
2.
where are the Steelers? 4. They have 4 primetime games.
Damn, they got 4?
Yeah, they got 4.
So they got a big fan base too. So we got the big fan bases getting their night games.
Even the Washington Commanders got a primetime game. Are you fucking kidding me? Like, give me a break. You
That should be part of their penalty.
Sam Howell in primetime, and you got the Falcons out here with
Against
Robinson.
Bears at Commanders. Oh, that's a Thursday night game though.
Oh,
that's a Thursday night game. Like,
that's
who's watching
turd.
that shit?
That's a straight up turd right there.
That's a shit bowl. A womp shit bowl.
That's
a shit bowl brought to you by XLEX.
Yeah, it's horrible.
Another example of how the league feels about the Detroit Lions. Game 1, first game of the season, Thursday Night Football in Week 1 is Lions versus Chiefs on Thursday Night Football.
That's gonna be some fireworks.
I think that's pretty fascinating. It tells you a lot about how they feel about the Lions. Week 1 is, Week 1 is hot. Week 1 is hot, and Week 1 is the one that you get the most pumped for, because that's like, okay, this is how it starts. I mean,
and you still have last season in your head.
Yeah. And for me, it starts with Falcons Panthers. I mean, that was a crazy game that they played last year.
Both games.
Yeah, both games were insane. Ravens Texans doesn't look very good. Browns Bengals are all. I mean, that's a big rivalry.
They're going to be unveiling the new and improved Deshaun Watson.
Right.
With the rust off, the ring rust off.
Right. They got some of that rust off, that cream.
Yeah, they're gonna start out. They're gonna, the announcer's gonna come out. He's gonna say,
"Come on out, you rapist!"
That is fucking brilliant. Absolutely.
Yeah, man.
Wow. Wow.
He's a habitual line stepper.
Hell yeah. Let's see. What else do we have in Week 1? Your Dolphins are playing the Chargers. That should be, wow, that's a fun start.
Yeah, that's going to be
season.
fun.
High octane?
High octane. Rams Seahawks, that's always fun.
It'll be interesting. Well, the thing about the Rams are another big question mark for me. It's like, man, are they really going to be that bad again? They were so bad last year.
They're still climbing out of cap hell.
I know.
They got Jalen Ramsey off, so that's a contract that's gone. Where did he go? I don't know. I mean, we don't need to talk about that.
I think he went to cue the grapefruit. Miami Dolphins.
Oh, my bad. I meant to fade it out. That was kind of loud.
I'm sure the Rams will be fine. They got Stetson Bennett in the building, so it's all good. He's a born champion.
Born champion. Cowboys Giants, always fun rivalry, and then Bills Jets. I'm excited about that one.
My favorite one is Cardinals v Commanders. It's like the schedule maker. The schedule makers are like, well, we had.
Do they have to play? Do they have to play this?
We had to put it somewhere. We just figured we get it over with in Week 1.
It's like we got two teams that we forgot about. They're the last pick. Over here, man. It's me, man. It's me, Cardinals. But I think the Jets Bills will be fun, man. The Jets defense and then Aaron Rodgers. It's gonna be fun to see how he is with that young receiver core. They not traditionally good with young receivers.
True. That's very, very true. Yeah, Week 1, I'm fucking pumped for it.
Oh, don't forget the post game press conference with Aaron Rodgers after they lose their first game. Or if they win, what? They can't win. No. I don't need to see that.
They play
the Bills.
Don't they play Monday Night Football in Week 1? Yeah. They're the first Monday Night Football game. Bills Jets. Jesus, that's going to be interesting.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm waiting for that one in Week 1. So that's going to be, whew.
Okay, I have a feeling that every year the league regrets one team that they gave too many primetime games to.
Okay.
I think this year it will definitely be the Packers. They have no business with 5 primetime
They'll
games.
be flexed. If any of those are Sunday night games, they'll be flexed.
Yeah. I also think that the Lions might have too many primetime games. I kind of think the Lions aren't going to be as good as everyone thinks they're going to be.
I don't think they have to be good. They just have to be explosive. And they still kept their hotshot offensive coordinator.
True.
And they kept that offense together. And I think it all revolves around Amon-Ra, St. Brown. So if he's healthy, they'll be fun. I'm not saying they're going to win a lot of games. I still don't believe in Dan Campbell. Call me a hater or whatever, but it's not.
We'll get to it a little later because we're going to talk about the divisions a little bit. But the Lions are kind of a regression candidate for me. I have a bad feeling about them this year.
Yeah.
Besides that, I kind of ran through the rest of the schedule a little bit and saw some games that I definitely look forward to.
Okay.
Revenge games and games that I just want to see. I mean, Eagles-Cowboys is always an interesting matchup to look forward to, given that they're division rivals. But especially so this year, for those of you who saw, I posted this in the Facebook group, they asked my man, former Bulldog DeAndre Swift, why he switched to wear number 0 this year. And he said, well, I switched to 0 because that's the number of times the Cowboys have won the NFC Championship since I've been alive. I mean, how much fun is that game going to be with that kind of we're talking that trash in May.
Yeah.
That game's going to get hot, bro. I just hope he's not injured. I think it's going to be great. Tyreek Hill.
I hope he don't get injured in the game.
Yeah, exactly. He's very injury prone. The Tyreek Hill revenge game against the Chiefs, it's going to be in Germany, which sucks for the Chiefs fans. But I personally, I'm kind of here for it. They're going to be throwing peace signs at everybody, like doing that Tyreek Hill shit. They're going to I think it's.
Oh yeah, you're gonna see that a lot.
It's gonna be great. Who
else? They won't score any touchdowns, so they won't be able to do anything because Vic Fangio, Jalen Ramsey, Xavier Howard.
That's true. It's gonna be hard. You're gonna
Wilkins.
blank the Chiefs in Germany. That would be hilarious.
Christian Wilkins, Jordan Phillips. I could just keep naming these stars on Dolphins defense.
A revenge game that's a little slept on. Falcons Calvin Ridley revenge game in London.
I bet that's going to be good.
Calvin Ridley is now with the Jaguars. Used to be with the Falcons.
Yeah.
Left because of, well, at first he was depressed, and then it turns out he had a gambling problem. And I personally think he kind of screwed us. So,
ooh.
I mean, I'm
ready for him to get locked down by that Atlanta defense.
We got a lot of we spent a lot of money in the secondary, so hopefully we'll be able to do that. Frank Reich revenge game. Colts versus Panthers. Right? Frank Reich used to be the Colts coach. Now he's the Panthers coach. After all those years of post Andrew Luck, Reich had to settle for a bunch of like old wood paneled station wagons like Phillip Rivers and Carson Wentz and Matt Ryan. And Reich is sitting out here in Carolina looking at the Colts saying like, oh, you know, they go out and get Anthony Richardson. He's probably going like, what? So now you go out and buy a Ferrari? Like, what the fuck? Like, what's going on here?
Yeah.
You know, he wants to win that football game.
Yeah. That's going to be fun. What do you think about the Bills and the Bengals week 9?
I'm here for it.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Man. That's turned into, man. And then they had the DeMar Hamlin thing last year.
Yes, and can I tell you something that's absolutely adorable that made my heart just so warm? I saw a picture on Twitter a few days ago of T. Higgins and DeMar Hamlin like hanging out, doing like buddy stuff.
You know? Really?
I think they were out in the desert, like driving dune buggies together or something.
Oh,
you know?
cool,
just like just being homies. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
I
was like, man, that's fucking cool. I love that. I love that they're buddies.
Yeah, that's gonna be good.
All the AFC rivalry games, I'm here for that. Your Dolphins are just absolutely tooled up and ready to go 100 miles an hour with all that speed.
Yeah, man. You know Robbie Anderson's on their team now.
No, I know that Chosen Anderson is on that team.
I know. I just didn't know if you know he changed his name, but yeah, Chosen Anderson.
He has been chosen.
I always felt like he was like he didn't reach his potential, and I don't know if he would. I don't know if he's mentally the right.
I just think this division is going to be so much fun. Your Dolphins, as long as the health is there, are a huge threat. The Bills being the presumptive king of the division, I'm not so sure about that. Rodgers is there now. The Patriots looking like they're the fourth best team in the division. Every game that these in this division feels like must-see TV to me.
And we also get a Super Bowl rematch.
Oh, that's true.
We normally don't get that because AFC and NFC, it's a revolving thing, and the NFL has added on that Week 18 thing.
Yep.
They've added an extra AFC NFC thing, and I think it's because of this. Because you're supposed to meet every 4 years, and they can sneak in a little thing. It makes it more likely to happen. But Eagles and Chiefs, Week 11.
Yeah.
It's going to be fun to see. Eagles are supposed to take a step back, and the Chiefs are, I don't know, man. I think losing Bieniemy, we'll see how big of an effect it has on them. But that's a big loss, man.
I agree 100%. Another game that only happens every 4 years, Jets v. Giants this year, Week 8.
Yeah.
I'm interested to know which beer prices they're going to go with. Remember that? Yeah. Same stadium?
Yeah,
Isn't
what beer do they meet in the middle?
The Giants have the more expensive beer, right?
Yeah, and the Jets, it's like $5 and $11 or something like that. It's insane.
That is some absolute bullshit. I think it's a Giants home game. The Jets are going to be pissed. They're like, what?
The Jets fans, it's some bullshit. It's $5 last week.
Dude, they're going to like rip open the seams of their jackets so they can hide like cases of beer in there. I guarantee it. They're going to be walking in loaded with beer.
MetLife official says Jets and Giants fans paid the exact same for beer and hot dogs. I just see an article here that says that.
Okay.
And they're saying that that's not. I guess they're saying that the report wasn't true. I don't know. I don't know, man.
Another game I'm looking forward to is Ravens versus Bengals. I don't remember which week that was, but the rise of the Bengals, and this year the Ravens tooling up best wide receiver core they've had in a while. This game is always good, but I think it's going to be even better this year. And the division itself being kind of, a little crazy as well.
Yeah, that's one that's hard to. It's hard to call that division, man. Jeez, man.
I also, whatever, I'm biased, but I think the NFC South is going to be more interesting than usual. It's been pretty bad the last couple of years, but now there's been such a shakeup. Like, I don't think. I think it's the first time in NFL history where an entire division will be going into the season starting like all new quarterbacks.
Oh, wow.
Right?
Yeah. And
you got Derek Carr out in New Orleans, and you got Bryce Young in Carolina, you got Desmond Ridder in Atlanta, and you got Baker Mayfield ? And
they have all losing records last season.
Yeah.
8-9, and the rest 7-10.
I'm interested to see if they can turn it. Remember a couple of years ago when the NFC East was
and the next year, yeah, when the Commanders won, or
they went to,
they
won the division, went to the playoffs with a 7-9 record or some shit. Like, I don't remember,
or it might have been 9-7.
Yeah, as you suggested, strength of schedule, all that stuff is out there. We think it's dumb. Yeah. Although we've already determined that the Falcons are going to the Super Bowl because they have the easiest schedule.
That's the math. Do the math.
Yeah, it's easy. The schedule release videos are fucking great. If you're into that. Well, some of them are great. Some of them are not.
I've only seen the Chargers one.
We're going to post the Chargers one because, in all honesty, they just knocked it out of the park. Again. 2 years in a row, they did this Japanese anime thing. That's just fucking. It's just.
You can call me champ.
The level of disrespect is just is like.
Yeah, man.
Prime. It's absolute prime.
They know what they're doing, man.
Yeah. Yeah, and speaking of Prime, Amazon Prime, what's their Thursday night shit?
Oh no.
This was funny. This is the first year the fact that this is the first year that not all teams are guaranteed a primetime game, and it's the first year that it's possible for a team to play more than one Thursday night game is evidence of Amazon Prime's sort of muscle.
Yeah.
They were not happy last year with the way the Thursday night schedule shaked out, and so
that's how it's always been, man.
They threw their toys on the floor and tried to get something better. But I'm looking at it now, and I'm not seeing it, bro. I'm not seeing a.
We won't know until the season starts. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what the NFL should say. Look, bro, shit changes every year. You're in this sports game. Everything is changing. For all we know, the damn third best team could be the third worst team. Who knows?
I agree with you that we won't know, but I can sit here and look at this schedule and tell you that Vikings, Eagles.
That could be good.
Yeah, it could be. Giants, 49ers? Really? I don't believe in the Giants. The Giants were fake as shit last year. I don't believe in that game at all. Lions, Packers.
Whoa. Don't sleep on Brian Dable.
Well, I like Brian Dable, but I just think Daniel Jones is bullshit.
But Brian Dable got the best out of him. Daniel Jones wasn't the reason that. How'd they do last year? They 9-7.
Yeah. And they were that team.
But they started out, you're right.
They were that team at the beginning of the year where it was like,
Everybody's
they're
like
6-1, and then all of a sudden it's like, okay,
they
only won 3 more games for the rest of the year.
Regress to the mean. That's true.
Lions Packers. I don't think that's going to be a good game.
No,
we know Bears Commanders is going to fucking suck.
Yeah.
Let's see.
That's true.
The Bills are going to beat the snot out of the Buccaneers in Week 8. That's a pathetic game.
You doubting Baker?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I am. And then you follow that game up with Titans Steelers.
Yeah.
I don't think the Titans are going to be good this year.
And they're both veteran. They're both veteran coaches that are not. They don't do it on Thursday nights. They just kind of like let the guys rest. You know what I'm saying? They kind of.
Yeah. I think the Steelers are going to be better than expected this year. I have a feeling that they're gonna level up.
I agree.
But I think the Titans are gonna level down. And then Jesus Christ, are you kidding me? In Week 10, Panthers Bears. This is not. This is not.
Well, you know what? I think the sad thing is because it's Amazon Prime that we're never gonna see Thursday night games go away.
Right.
That's the annoying part.
Saints Rams in Week 16. You're telling me that's going to be a good game? No, it's not going to be a good game. It's going to be a terrible game.
Based on last season.
Based on everything that I know about these two rosters, this is going to be a terrible game. As well as my opinion from last season.
Who's the Saints quarterback?
Derek Carr.
Look at that. Huh? He might ignite that team.
It's going to be,
they got Dennis Allen at the helm.
Both Derek Carr and Matthew Stafford are going to be injured. And it's going to be Jameis Winston versus Stetson Bennett in this game. You watch. It's going to be terrible.
Matthew Stafford's going to have he's going to have dementia. What happened? I'm old.
Yeah, and Derek Carr is going to play like he has dementia. He's going to be throwing interceptions all over the place. I think this Thursday night schedule looks like shit, like absolute dog shit.
Okay, we'll see, man. I don't like this. I don't like to do this stuff before the season starts. I like to say like I'm excited about this and that, but I don't want to say a team is going to be shit.
Yeah,
because we don't know, man.
That's where you and I differ.
I see. That's what makes us SveNFL.
Speaking of which, I want to talk shit about the divisions a little bit.
All right.
I've been thinking this week, like we're going to take a break for the summer, but I feel like I spend the majority of the year thinking about our division winner prediction, and it's mostly because we came so close the first time.
Yeah, man.
Only missed the one. We didn't do so good last year.
I think we got 5 right.
Yeah. and
Or 6.
And I'm already starting to look at these divisions and think about, like, if I had to pick now, who would I pick? Right.
Mm-hmm.
So I started with the AFC West.
Okay.
I took a look at the Broncos. I got Sean Payton as their coach.
Okay.
You got Russell Wilson as your quarterback.
Yep.
I'm kind of thinking they're going to win more than 3 games this year.
They won 5 last year.
Did they win 5 last year?
They won 5 and 12.
The thing that worries me about them is their wide receiver core and their really shitty run game.
Remember that was one of their strengths before they got when we were saying their quarterback away.
Yeah.
When they had the wide receivers.
And that's the thing. I think Russell Wilson will be better this year. I really do. But
Yeah,
I think the days of being able to put the team on Russell Wilson's back the way they did in Seattle, I think those days are done. I don't expect them. I don't expect a huge turnaround for them. Right. The Raiders got Jimmy G. I'm not sure what that does. He's certainly a competent quarterback, but I just don't see Jimmy G scaring anybody in the division.
Right.
You know what I mean? The Chargers, in my opinion, are not serious people. I think that
You are not serious people.
I think Herbert is great, but I'm not sure the team is doing enough to build around him personally.
What's wrong with y'all?
I think I'm done with the Brandon Staley experiment. I think they should have moved on. And it's gonna bite
precisely
them
the next thing I was gonna say is that I think that Brandon Staley is for me a prime time candidate for the hot seat list this year.
Yeah, man.
He's kind of on the top of the list for me. And then finally in this division, the AFC West, it runs through Kansas City, period. So they're going to win this division. Easy. This is the easiest one for me.
Oh, wow. I think they're going to win too. I think there might be a drop off. I think unless maybe Andy Reid figures out some cool shit again. But they did lose they lost a big part of what was driving them. That was, the consistency of having the same offensive mind behind the offense. But it's still Andy Reid, so they'll win.
Your division is probably, I've said it already, one of the more fascinating ones to look at even now in May.
No, go ahead. Oh, yeah. Uh-huh.
Even in May, I think this is you look at the Patriots and you're like, well, yeah, I guess their defense is going to be good. But the big question is, can they recover from what by all accounts was just an absolutely tumultuous behind the scenes situation related to the offense and Mac Jones?
Ba 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 ba. Ba 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 ba. Almost every time. Return of the Mac. That's gonna be my jam every time he has a good game. Ba 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 ba. Nobody knows the words to that shit.
I just wouldn't. I wouldn't put a lot of stock in the Patriots this year.
No. They're kind of in a rebuild.
I think so too, but I'm not sure they know they're in a rebuild.
Oh,
that's
Bill,
the problem.
Bill knows.
Yeah,
he's in a retool. He's calling it a retool. What about the Jets? Can they win it?
This one is interesting because obviously they added Rodgers to a team that was supposed to be a quarterback away, but that doesn't always turn out to be the case. We saw that, like you mentioned, in Denver. I kind of think
Denver also got a shittiest of shitty coaches.
That's true. I think Rodgers has no excuses. Is my take on it. He has everything that he needs is right there. They should be contending to win this division, in my opinion.
So who wins it?
Well, I think that depends a lot on your Dolphins and whether or not they stay healthy. Because if they are able to stay healthy and play the way they did in the first half of the season last year, I don't see any reason why your Dolphins can't win the division. I mean, they were up until about week 6 when the wheels came off. That Thursday night game where Tua got knocked the fuck out by the
Cincinnati,
in that Cincinnati game, it just all started to unravel from there. And then when it comes to the Bills, I actually, for me, the Bills are a regression candidate this year. I think I don't think they're going to be bad, but I don't see them running this division. I'm not sure they really got better in free agency or the draft, and I think we're going to see another year of Josh Allen trying to do too much. I actually think if I had to say right now, I would say the Jets are going to win the division. And that's only because I'm scared about the Tua thing, really.
Yeah. I'm going to say the Dolphins are going to win the division.
Yeah.
Tua's taking judo, man. He's learning how to fall.
That's true. I forgot about the judo thing.
No, I'm not saying it as a fan either. I just think I think the Dolphins are going to win the division. I'm happy about it, but I'm actually confident. And fandom aside, I think the Dolphins are going to win. I think the Bills will take a step back, and more than the Tua, I think it's going to be hard to score on the Dolphins. They brought in one of the best defensive minds out there.
That's true.
And he's going to only focus on defense. It's not like he's the head coach.
It's going to be so much fun to watch them this year.
Yeah.
AFC North, I'm leaning Ravens on this one. I think they definitely got better. They got Lamar signed. They got OBJ. They still have Mark Andrews. This Zay Flowers kid, I think he's going to be good. I think the Ravens are going to be difficult to deal with this year.
I'm going to speak my mind for a second.
Put some respect on my name.
We haven't done this, man. I'm going to preemptively say the Bengals are going to win this division.
Okay.
I feel like there's still the nucleus of it is all together. I thought some team was going to be smart enough to hire Dan Anarumo, and I was going to be excited to see the downfall of Zach Taylor without his defensive coach being the unsung hero. But nobody did it. These dumbass teams, nobody took Anarumo. So he's back there, and he's going to just be cooking up some more ways to stop teams in the second half, and the Bengals are going to win that division again.
I couldn't disagree with you, or I couldn't agree with you more, actually, because I for me, it's a coin toss between the Bengals and the Ravens, to be honest.
Yeah.
I just have a
feeling. The Bengals are more loaded than the Ravens right now.
Yeah. I got a feeling. The Steelers, obviously, I think they're going to be better.
I think the Ravens might finish third in that division.
Ooh, wow. I wouldn't go that far.
Or last, because the Browns are going to take a step up. I think it's between the Bengals and Browns, actually, to win the division. Call me crazy.
Well, the Browns certainly have the most pressure on them. I mean, you got the Deshaun Watson situation. He has no more excuses. All that guaranteed money is kicking in. I mean,
not
last
even the
year
money. I think it's the ring rust is gone, man.
They were so bad last year. They were so bad last year. They lost to Marcus Mariota. That's how bad they were. Okay.
Marcus Mariota.
Yeah. So they should be better. They still got my man, former Bulldog Nick Chubb.
Oh yeah.
So
who knows, man? But for now, I'll say the Bengals. We'll see once they play some preseason games and some practices.
Let's see. AFC South. I'm leaning Jaguars on this one.
Yeah.
I mean the Texans. Whatever. They got the new quarterback. They got C.J. Stroud. They got Will Anderson, the edge rusher in the draft. They got a new coach, D'Amico Ryans. But their current wide receiver one, Robert Woods.
Oof. Yeah.
So I don't know.
Yeah, they're rebuilding.
Yeah.
Give them some time. Give them 2 years. I got to say between Jacksonville and Tennessee. Between those two. But Jacksonville.
I think Tennessee is going to be terrible this year, actually.
We said that last year.
I mean, Vrabel's funny. He's kind of like
Mike Tomlin.
Mike Tomlin. Like he always manages to win games. But, they got this kid, Will Levis, who's going to be their, backup quarterback. It's only a matter of time before Tannehill gets hurt, and we'll get to see what this guy is really like.
Man, talk about all these admitting a whiff. They whiffed on fucking Malik Willis.
Yeah, for sure. And then, of course, how much does Derrick Henry still have in the tank? I still think he has something to give, but I just don't think it's enough. Yeah. But
points,
T-Law
man.
and Associates,
you're right.
man, they're loaded up. They were pretty good last year, and now they got Calvin Ridley, which is exactly the kind of receiver that was missing.
Second year under Doug Peterson. You're right. You know what? Jaguars got this hands down. It might be the easiest division to call when I think about it. You said the Chiefs were. I think it might be AFC South, man. The Jaguars are ready. You're right. It's T-Law's third year. That's when the quarterbacks really kick it in. He's going to have his second year in the Doug Peterson system. Doug Peterson is a really good coach. They got a good, yeah, they're good.
And then you got the Colts with this Anthony Richardson experiment. Nobody knows how that's going to go. I assume it's an upgrade from Matt Ryan. Because it has to be. But yeah, I think it's the Jags. Okay, NFC North. It's the Jordan Love era in Green Bay.
And they're going to win. They're winning the division.
Very, very low expectations for this team. It's such a weird team. They go from back-to-back Hall of Fame quarterbacks for what? How many decades?
Shit, 2 decades? 3 decades?
2? 3 maybe?
Yeah.
You know, maybe now they have to be like the rest of the NFL and remember what it's like to have to deal with getting shitty quarterback after shitty quarterback. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man, the carousel has begun. Or Jordan Love's a beast. They say he's like the poor man's Mahomes.
Right. We'll see. Lions did not have a great draft. They replaced Jamal Williams and my man, former Bulldog DeAndre Swift, with David Montgomery and rookie Jahmyr Gibbs. But I'm not sure that's really an upgrade, in my opinion. I have I said it before, I have a bad feeling about the Lions. And you have this gambling scandal that hit them this past week where I think they let 3 players go. They had to fire one of their assistants. And,
shit.
And also, who else? Jameson Williams, the rookie wide receiver who he was a rookie last year. He was recovering from an ACL. He didn't play until the end of the season. He only caught 1 pass last year, and it was a touchdown. A lot of hopes for him coming into the year, but he got popped in this gambling thing too, and he's been suspended for 6 games.
What were they doing?
So it depends. There were different guys did different things. Some guys got suspended for a year because they were betting on, I forget what they were betting on. I think they were betting on NFL games, maybe. Jameson Williams, I don't know, whatever. It's a rule, and he didn't know it. It's he bet on a basketball game, but he made the bet from the Lions facility.
What?
So if he had gotten in his car and driven 2 miles down the road and made the bet on his phone from the 7-Eleven, he would not be suspended.
Damn.
It's a dumb rule.
Really
it's a dumb rule, but it's a rule, and they know the rules. I mean, they go through these rules, so it's not like whatever. It is what it is. If you
impulse bets, man, I've been there.
Yeah.
Damn. All right. Well, it just shows a lack of discipline. And if he had to take an assistant out too, that means that's gonna fall apart. Yeah, you're right. Stay away from the Lions.
I think the Bears will be better, but I think that I still feel like Justin Fields has a lot to prove as an actual passer, which is why I kind of think that, well, this will make me sound even more racist because I kind of think it's the Vikings division to lose, basically. I think they got better.
Yeah, I agree.
I think they got better in the draft. I think Cousins is going to give you what Cousins always gives you, steady Eddie.
You like that? You like that?
And plus they picked up my man, former Bulldog field goal kicker Jack Podlesny, so it's a lock. It's an absolute lock.
It's a lock.
NFC East.
You're amazing. You're amazing, kid.
NFC East is always interesting. But I don't think there's any confusion as to who's going to win it.
Wait, I didn't say it. I agree with you with the Vikings.
Oh, good. Okay, good.
Yeah.
I'm sure you agree that the Eagles are going to win the NFC East. I think the Giants were a fluke last year. I think they're not going to get better. I think they're going to get worse. I think the Commanders trying to convince me that Sam Howell is an NFL quarterback is like ridiculous. There's all kinds of questions around their defense as well, which is what they were kind of known for. Chase Young, we don't know what he's going to be like when he comes back from injury. They didn't pick up his 5th-year option. They're like, I don't even know what's going to happen with them. Cowboys are going to do what the Cowboys always do. They're going to score a lot of points and compete, but they're going to come up short and probably get Mike McCarthy fired. And they lost their offensive coordinator as well. What's his name? Kellen Moore.
Kellen Moore
went to the Chargers.
And they lost Zeke Elliott.
Yes, they did. And Tony Pollard got injured pretty late in the season last year, a knee injury. So
it's all about Dak, baby. Dakota.
So I don't know, man. I don't know.
They should have called him Coda.
Yeah.
Coda Prescott. That's a better name.
And the Eagles, obviously, they got that dog in them. Literally. They got all those dogs in them. The division's a lock. Eagles win.
Oh, bias. Okay.
Yeah.
And then we got which one? West or South? Oh, you want to say
NFC West. NFC West. The Cardinals are not serious people. We know that.
You are not serious people.
Who's their coach over there? Didn't they get the guy from the defensive coordinator from the Eagles, right?
Yes.
That's another loss from the Eagles. Defensive coordinator gone.
That's true.
I didn't say it. I think the Cowboys might win that division.
Okay.
NFC East.
The Eagles do. I know we said strength of schedule is stupid, but the Eagles supposedly have the toughest schedule of all 32 teams this year.
Super Bowl hangover. Losing the Super Bowl. Shit is real.
Yeah. The Cardinals are not going to have Kyler Murray for most of the year because of his knee injury. Okay. They had a decent draft.
Wait, Kyler Murray hurt? Never.
Yeah. They had a great draft. They moved around a lot. They wheeled, they dealed, they generated picks. But there are a lot of rumors that this team, if they are as bad as we think they're going to be, there's a very strong likelihood that they will wind up with the number 1 pick for next year's draft.
Okay.
Because they're going to have their pick. Plus, they're going to have...
Damn, people think about next year's draft?
Yeah, because they're going to... The Cardinals are going to have their own pick. Plus, they're going to have somebody else... they're going to have the Texans pick. Because remember, the Texans moved back up to pick at number 3. So the chances that the Cardinals get the number 1 pick in the draft are pretty high. And the presumptive number 1 pick in next year's draft is this kid named Caleb Williams out of USC, who everyone is saying is like, the next Patrick Mahomes. We'll see if that's real. But the point is that we might never see Kyler Murray play in a Cardinals uniform again.
Okay.
So that's what makes that all a little fascinating. But we'll see.
Yeah, because regardless.
You play to win the game.
So they're not going to be thinking about the draft when they're playing. You know what I mean?
We'll see.
Who's their backup?
Davis Mills is still there. Oh, no, sorry. What am I talking about? Sorry. I was thinking about the Texans. I don't know who their backup is, actually.
That's not a good sign either.
I don't know who their backup is.
I'll look it up now. Colt McCoy.
Oh, is it still Colt McCoy?
Jeff Driscoll as well.
Nice.
Damn. Okay.
The Rams. I don't know what to think about the Rams. I really don't know what to think. But they still have Cooper Kupp. I have no idea what's going to happen with Matthew Stafford. I'm legitimately will not be surprised if we see Stetson Bennett play meaningful snaps this year. I don't think anybody knows what to think of them.
Yeah, I don't know either. They're trying to recover, man.
Yeah,
they sold they took out a mortgage on their house, and now they're in the hole.
49ers, I'm assuming, will be good. I just don't really buy this whole quarterback situation. Plan A is getting a banged up Brock Purdy healthy. Plan B is Sam Darnold, ?
Trey Lance?
Well, that's plan C. He's literally the third string quarterback right now. The guy they took third overall. So it's like, I mean, everyone out here who still thinks Kyle Shanahan is a genius can go fuck themselves. Yeah, I don't think they're going to. I think the 49ers will also regress this year.
So who wins?
Seahawks. Seahawks are winning.
Seahawks got the division. Yeah.
Easy candidate to win this division. I feel like they won the draft 2 years in a row. They're going to be tough to beat. They got Geno, they got DK, they got Lockett, they got K9, Kenneth Walker. And this kid, Jackson Smith and Jigba, I know most of you guys probably haven't seen him, but this dude can ball, dude. I'm telling you. I don't think there's any way the Seahawks lose this division.
You know, my buddy Ken, my military, the homie who listens to us, we've inspired him. He's already put in his bet.
Has he really?
For the division winners. He's like, the odds are even better so far ahead. So he went ahead and put it in. He's like, y'all have inspired me, man.
I love it.
He did better than us last year, too. So good luck out there, Ken.
Well, he should have waited for this episode.
Yeah. He'll give me his feedback.
Because we're to the final division, NFC South. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers, I'm happy to report, are going to be an absolute joke this year.
They might get that first pick.
Am I biased? Yes.
Yeah.
But is their quarterback Baker Mayfield? Also, yes. The receiving core is getting slow and old. They have no run game.
They still got Todd Bowles, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm glad they kept him around.
The post Brady dip is gonna hurt, dude. And I'm Jason Rollins. Yeah. You know it's true. Don't fucking try to come at me. You don't try to come at me on Facebook and try to tell me some shit about don't even come at me with all this bullshit buck shit. You know they're gonna fucking suck this year. You know it. You know it. Just say it. I want to see you admit it that you absolutely know that you're gonna be terrible this year and that you sold the farm to get Brady. You got your Super Bowl. Congratulations. Now into the basement you go.
So you think they'll be the worst, huh?
I do, yeah.
All right.
I think they're gonna be terrible. And they'll be just a little bit better than the Saints.
Okay.
Or the Saints will be just a little bit better than them, actually. I don't know about this Derek Carr as a Saint thing. I really don't know.
No, we won't know.
I feel like it's kind of a mystery. Kamara's probably going to be suspended to start the year because this trial for him beating the shit out of this guy at the Pro Bowl the year before, that's going to come up. You got Dennis Allen, who is still the coach of the Saints.
Yeah,
the Falcons stole half your defense and your defensive coordinator. So, yeah.
Okay. So this puts the Falcons above them?
We'll see. Because the Panthers... the Panthers... the Panthers...
Well, Skip.
The Panthers are suddenly very legit. Okay?
Yes. There we go.
They already had a good roster last year.
Mm-hmm.
They made a mistake by firing that coach, though, I think. What's his name? That guy. Whatever. They got
Wilkes. Steve Wilkes.
Yeah. They got Frank Reich, who's a great coach.
Yeah.
Now they have Bryce Young. If I had to bet my money, I would probably bet that the Panthers are going to win this division.
Okay. What if you're betting SveNFL money?
But since I'm betting y'all's money... You know I'm picking the Falcons to win this division and be the kings of the NFC South this year. They crushed the free agency. They satisfied a ton of needs on defense, except edge rusher, of course. And then they went out and got the best athlete in the draft, a generational talent, my man Bijan Robinson. We hopefully have a healthy Kyle Pitts coming back, hungry to prove that he's as good as he is. And at the very least, the Falcons will actually be fun to watch this year and not a boring piece of shit. Now, that is something I have not been able to say in a very long time.
You are not serious people.
That being said, I do pick the Panthers to win this.
Okay. Okay, I'm going to go with the Panthers. You know what? We don't know. I like Arthur Smith. I like the moves that they're making. They responsibly pulled the trigger on the thing they needed to do, which was get that Matt Ryan contract off of them.
Yeah.
And they did it maybe a year too late, but they did it. And now it's time to start, swimming to the surface. Next thing you know, you're flying. So
it
might be 1 year early though for you to be.
For those of you who do, I agree that we're probably a year away. For those of you who do bet, I listen to a lot of other NFL podcasts, and I feel like everyone is looking at the end. Like everyone that I listen to is like, "Hey, I'm betting the Falcons." Like if you look at the odds of who's going to win this division right now, like your buddy Ken is doing, the Falcons betting for a low money wager on the Falcons winning the division is a pretty good bet right now because I
bet
think
it separately, y'all. Don't put it in a parlay.
No, exactly.
Don't ruin your parlay with that.
Because I think the Saints are the presumptive winner. I think the Panthers are number 2 and the Falcons are number 3.
Saints?
And
Dennis Allen?
Everyone is believing in the Derek Carr thing. I don't know what to say.
We'll go through it, and we're going to do what we normally do. Quarterback, coach. Consider quarterback. Consider the coach.
Yeah.
And make a decision, and then we'll do that.
Yeah. This is just early prediction.
Yeah, man. The way too early division predictions.
Right. And then I guess as soon as we sign off here, I'll start working on my mock draft for next year.
You're not done yet? I'm on 2.0, baby.
Yeah, let's go.
All right, man. We're gonna take our break for the summer. It's been a nice entry into the 2023 season, and
very
really
excited.
glad about these Europe games. And we'll be back. I want to say before the summer's over, like mini camp time, maybe we can come back, check in after the camps start and leading into the preseason. So we wish everybody an awesome summer, and thanks for checking out SveNFL because we appreciate y'all. And we're gonna be betting for real soon. Those of you that are Patreon subscribers, you can get in on the bet train with us and the fantasy football too. We'll be back with more information about that. But take care, y'all. It's been Jonathan Rollins
and Schif Mizara
with SveNFL. Y'all take it easy. Peace.
Let it go.